is today, Thursday. Get something to drink. Let's share a little inspiration together. I'm glad that you are here. It brings hope to the hopeless. It will bring strength to the helpless. Let's see who's with us today. Who's ready to have a good Thursday? Casey says it's Friday evening. I will take that. I will take that. I see some hearts. Somebody's glad to be here. Do something to drink, something to snack on. We're going to have a good time. All right. It's Thursday. It is Thursday, May the 28th, and it is episode number 63. We've had some great shows this week. We had the birthday edition yesterday with my wife. We had some fun with that. We had a great time together. Here we are back again today, our last week of quarantine questions. More and more states are opening up, thank the Lord. Cases and COVID-19, things like that, flattening out. We thank the Lord for that. We're going to keep praying. We're hearing some good reports about some things. I won't get into all of that, but things are starting to look up. So we thank God for that. So, it's the last week of quarantine questions. We're going to continue on with some inspiration. Not sure how all of that is going to look as we move forward, but we want to continue to do something every week to just bring a little bit of encouragement and inspiration to everybody. So I'll ask you today, how are you living today? A lot of stuff in the news, a lot of things that are going on. It's kind of an emotional roller coaster this week. So how are you living today? Are you stressed? Are you worried? Are you sad? Are you exhausted? Maybe you're overwhelmed. The reason I ask is because I want to help you start living inspired. That's what today is about. That's what this show is all about. And so I thank you for being here with us. Let's take just a moment and see who all is here. Angie from Indiana is here. Shirley's in the house. Alana, Faustino, Alina. Brittany is watching. Brooklyn is watching. Well, of course she is. Casey's watching. My buddy Gregory is watching. Trey is with us today. Ronica is with us. Veronica is also with us. That will probably never happen again to have Ronica and Veronica on my same caption here that they're both watching. Veronica is with us. If you're still with us, Veronica and David are our cousins, and they are brand new grandparents. And we say congratulations to you all. They are in Michigan. Amelia is watching. Becky says, sad with some of the things going on. We're going to take a moment and talk about those here in just a second. Debbie is with us. Marilyn is with us. Angie is having a difficult time with pain today, so we're going to be, we will be praying for you, Angie, for sure. Shirley says, I am happy. I love this show, this little show. All right, the Jersey girl just got here. You got your coffee, Diane? Are you ready for a fun show today? My friend, Brother Jonathan Powell, is with us. Glad for all of you that are here, whether you have Pepsi, orange juice, apple juice, coffee, a Danish, an apple fritter, your pastry of choice. What would that be? That would be a fun thing. Your pastry of choice. Carrie Beth is with us. Good to see you on here, Carrie. We're just greeting folks, welcoming them in on the show today, and we're glad for you that are here. And I'm especially glad for all of you that are so supportive of Living Inspired, that are here every single day. We know a lot of people have gone back to work. Some have a little bit of time during their lunch break to watch. Others have to come back and watch the replay. But whether you watch live or the replay, we want you to know how much we appreciate. I appreciate personally for your support. 63 episodes, 11 weeks. Hard to believe. Since the middle of March, we have been doing this, and we have been together. This crew here on this Living Inspired has just been a great audience. We're from different parts of the country, but we're starting to we know each other now just because of this little old show. Becky says Lanny is still having labor pains, going to have some tests done soon on his kidneys. Appreciate the prayers. Let's continue to pray for Lanny Jones, that the Lord will touch him. So Shirley is wearing out some Sprite and coffee cake. That's a pretty cool combination. I'm not going to fight that. I would have to take an antacid, though, before I started that. Between a sugary Sprite and a coffee cake, it would cause issues. Now, I don't know about you. We talked about pastries of choice, cakes, donuts, things like that. I'm the apple fritter guy. A good apple fritter. I don't know how many of you know what that is or can appreciate what that is. Some people are cinnamon roll people. I don't mind a big cinnamon roll, but man, or a bear claw, right? How many knows what a bear claw is? You like to eat a bear claw. Becky's downing some sweet tea. So I'm the apple fritter guy. We got a place here. I don't know if they've reopened yet or not. I probably don't need to know. But it is wonderful. Best apple fritters I've ever had. Sherry is with us. Sherry, we're glad that you are on here with us today. Welcome. Welcome. So I guess the hot topic, the main thing that is on everyone's mind is the rioting that's going on in Minnesota right now, in Minneapolis. Oh, my goodness. You've probably seen my post today. You've probably seen, well, there's been a lot of posting. Brittany put up a very good post, I believe last night, about, it was this morning. She put up a very good post about the murder of George Floyd. It's on everybody's mind. And it's just it's a sad thing to see what is unfolding. I was so angry. I could not, after watching the video, seeing the images, I just could not write anything about it right away. Because, first of all, I hate racism so bad, but it goes further than even racism is bad. I hate that. It goes further than that. It's just some pure evil that's going on in our country, and it just infuriates me. Extremely angry that this would happen. I saw several of my African American brothers and sisters that I'm very close to. I started seeing them post. I could feel their hurt just in the words that they were writing. And they're just precious, dear and precious. Some of my closest friends in the world. Someone that's here with me in this town. We've been friends, close friends, for well over 20 years. He texted me today some things, thanked me for my post and comments and this, that, and the other, and asked for my help with some things. I said, bro, you got it, man. Whatever I can do. And one of the things that I continued to say in my post was, we need voices. We need voices. Whether it's a bad cop or a stupid church member, we need voices. We need people that's unafraid, unintimidated to make some noise, to use their voice. At the end of the day, that's all you've got. I'm not for some of the things that's going in there, burning the city down. You're messing. If you burn the city down and you start stealing and destroying things like that, you're affecting other lives. You're affecting families. You're affecting people. That's not the best way to let your voices be heard. But we can find a way. I promise you, we can find a way. And it's something that you are going to have to understand, that we live in a sinful world. And we will never drive sin out of the world. We'll never do that. There's going to be, Satan is the prince and power of the air. So we're going to always deal with evil. That doesn't mean we sit back and take it. We just understand that there's always going to be an evil force, but there has to always, until it's raptured, until we're taken away, there's got to be this pushback of godliness, holiness, what is righteous, what is... and the respect of life. I think that's the thing that irritates me so bad, that hurt me so bad, was just those images show a disrespect of life. And I said in my post today, I don't care if it's a back alley or an abortion clinic, America has lost, not all, but America has lost a lot of respect for life. To me, abortion is not even an argument. It's not even anything that should. Well, let's talk. There's nothing to talk about. You stop a heartbeat. You end a life. That's not respecting life. To put your knee on the back of a man's neck that is already handcuffed. This is no, and you go back and someone posted today some of the problems that this officer has had. This is not the first instance with this horrible person. So I'm just simply saying it's we don't just need to pray. We need to pray, and we need to lift our voices, not just to God, but lift up our voices in this nation, in our communities, in our cities. I am privileged to pastor a multicultural church. We adopted 2 Hispanic children. We would adopt more, I can promise you that. We have just different races represented in our church, and we celebrate that. We celebrate the diversity. We celebrate, and it's not just a black and white thing. This is even further. We have a family in our church that the husband is Caucasian and the wife is Asian. And their children, many of you know who I'm talking about, but their children look more Asian than they do Caucasian. And the oldest boy, before the schools let out in March, some of the kids, this boy is 12, and so some of the other kids in the school, because he looks Asian, they started saying things about him. Oh, get away from him! He'll give you corona. He's got corona. So listen, this it's not just black and white. It's evil. It's wrong. It's bullying. We've got to stand against it. We've got to stand up against this. And I'm happy to be a part of a church that celebrates diversity, and also, and you know what, we're gonna. I don't know what all we can do, but we're gonna do everything. We're gonna do everything we can to raise our voices and stand against this. Anything that's unjust, that is, we're going to stand against it, for sure. I don't know if you know this or not. You probably, the song, it's been played, well, I didn't play it right away, so maybe for 60 episodes or something like that. You're probably tired of hearing it, but People Need Love. That's not a random choice. That was an intentional choice by me to open with that song, because people need love. People need love. I didn't say a certain color needs love. I didn't say a certain group. Brittany and I wrote People Need Love. And I remember I actually went back today and I found I wrote that song June 20th, 2015. That's when I started. I started in Bristol. My dad was still alive, and there was a grand piano in the back of the church there. We were preaching the camp there in Bristol, and there was a grand piano in the back of the church, and we were staying at Mom and Dad's house, and the parsonage there, it's right beside the church. I just slipped into the back of the church there. We were getting ready. Brittany and I were writing songs. She was still in Nashville, and so I started the song. I felt the groove of it, and I started singing. I put the recorder on, in a world filled with all kinds of heartache, and I just kept going, writing it down, this, that, and so I pulled up that voice memo today and was listening to that. So you probably just hear people need love, the music, you're grabbing coffee, you're grabbing a donut, you're doing whatever, but just so you know, this was intentional. In a world filled with all kinds of heartache, pain, and abuse, we need to make a difference, me and you. We got to make up our mind. Now is the time. People need love, love, love. The kind that comes from above. It brings hope to the hopeless, strength to the helpless. We'll heal the broken when this word is spoken. Lord, help us give it. We've got to have a little more love. The second verse says, if we all stand together and fight for a cause, every race and every color, tear down the walls. We got to make up our mind. Now is the time. And we sing the chorus again. And then the bridge, we say, love to help our fellow man. And I love this line. If we're going to show them our hearts, we've got to reach out our hands. And that's it. People need love. Again, that wasn't an accident. It's very intentional that whatever is going to happen with Living Inspired, whatever has about represents what we're trying to do. We're trying to tear down some walls. This didn't just happen because this horrible occurrence took place 48 hours ago. Absolutely not. 5 years ago next month is when I started writing this song, because I felt the need to stand against injustice, to stand against these things, to stand against what is evil. And so just so you understand, now when it comes on, don't let it just be a cool groove and a neat beat. Understand it represents something more now than ever. More now than ever. Let us not allow this to separate us. Let us not allow any whatever to separate us in races more than ever before. This is what I've been screaming for 11 weeks in the midst of corona, politics, junk, and everything else going on. The church has got to lead. We've got to be in the front. We can't be coming in from behind. Oh yeah, no, the church has got to stand out front, and we've got to lead. I was able to comment back and forth with some of my African American bishop friends and minister friends. One said a very kind thing to me on my post. He said, "My brother, you've always been this way. Ever since I've known you, you've been this way. You didn't just start. And thanked me for that." And I thought that's the kindest thing you could say. And I just told him, I said, "Bro, this is how I was raised. I was raised that we love one another. It didn't matter what anybody looked. It didn't matter if you were skinny, overweight. Didn't matter the color of your hair." My wife and I were talking about things this morning because it's even bigger than black and white. There is so much. It's just wrong. It's just absolutely wrong. And it's time that we speak up. The bullying that is going on, the making fun of skinny people, making fun of people that are overweight, making fun of people that are short, making fun of it's you wouldn't believe the family that I told you about, that her son just had to deal with this because he is Asian, and oh, he must have, and this sister told us that for years she's Asian. She isn't black. She's Asian. And she told us some unbelievable things about growing up and some of the things that she had to endure. It's anything that is different. It's an evil spirit. And I will tell you this, it's a spirit that goes all the way back to Cain and Abel, and that is jealousy, and it is division. Anything to cause division. You're going to have to understand that racism, There were people even in the New Testament. Why do you think Jesus, when he went and met that woman at the well, that woman was there because of how she was treated? She said to Jesus, why are you talking to me? Why are you talking? I'm looked down on. And so I want you to understand, it's always been around. This is nothing new. It's evil, it's ungodly, and we stand against it. Jesus stood against it. We're going to stand against it. I just wasn't raised. I grew up. My dad preached for all kinds of different churches. Grew up, had to this day some friends of mine, African American brothers and sisters that I remember growing up preaching at their church. We're still very close friends. If I'm in Illinois, it's families up there. When I go up and preach in Illinois, one pastor's in one city, one pastor's in another, one is in and wherever I'm at up there, by the weekend, we're all together, and we're in church together, and we're going out to eat together, and we just sit and we laugh. We talk about growing up together, our families, playing ping pong together, laughing, making fun of one another, cutting up, and just, I don't get it. I just don't get this. This is wrong, and we've got to make a stand. I'm as soon as I make a transition and I get a different studio set up, I'm going to have some friends of mine. I invited one today. I said, you got to come on Living Inspired. He and I, he's a minister here in town, Demetrius Short, preaches a lot for us at Point of Mercy. He's in the IAF. One of my dearest friends, African-American brother. Now's the time. Will you help me? I said, my God, man, yes. What you tell me when and where, and I'm going to be there. And so we're gonna bring him on. We're gonna do some talking. People are saying things and I hadn't been paying attention. I'm sorry. Brittany says Bishop Jake said today, this is not just a black problem, it's an American problem. So true. It is. It's evil. It's evil. It's oh my God, from the unborn to the we've got a problem, and we've got to overcome it. We've got to overcome it with God, but we've got to overcome it with good. That means the good has got to push out the bad. So however high in government that needs to go, however high in the police department in your city, however high it needs to go, that's what's got to happen. We got to have the good push out the bad. And so that's what's got to transpire. Anyway, you're making some very you're making some very good comments on here. I know this is a hot topic, and we could. Bishop McCool's on here and says, "I'm with you 100%. Our nation is in deep trouble. It is time to speak out. Thank you for speaking up, and may we all come together in unity, as you said, love." I've been hashtagging one God, one race. One God, one race. Hashtag one God, one race. If I'm not mistaken, in the middle of that, one God, one race, in the middle of that is the word done. One God, one race. And you get to the end of God, you have the D, then you have O-N-E. That's done. We got to be done with this. One God, one race. We got to be done. It's got to be over with. And so let's stand together. I know you will. You're amazing people that are on Living Inspired. Whether you are live or watching later on, you're incredible people. I know all of you personally. I've seen some of you posting today, responding to different posts. You're behind this 100%. So thank God for that. All right, we only have a few more days that are left for this. Christy comes in, Christy Flannery, Shank comes in and says, yes, one God, one race. Absolutely done. I thought that was in there. I saw that just a few minutes before we came on. I thought, wow, and then I forgot. I meant to write it down and have that ready, but we got to be done. We just got to be done. There's no way around it. Jesus' name, we got to be done. Well, let's continue on today. Let's do let's go into a segment that we all love, and we only have, after today, we only have one more day to do this. I'm seeing where a lot of states, we have our 6 that don't seem to want to budge. And if you're in one of those 6, I certainly feel sorry for you. It's ridiculous is what it is. But for the rest, I'm seeing some openings that are happening across the country, and I'm thrilled to see that. So with that being said, that doesn't mean we'll stop asking questions. It's just we have a specific title for this segment. So get ready to say it one more time today and one last time tomorrow. Here we go. It is now time for 1, 2, 3 quarantine questions. All right, let's do this. You know what I feel like playing today? I've been a little tired this week. I've had a whatever. It's just kind of been a heaviness. So I thought, you know what we need to play today? I think this would cheer everybody up if we would just go ahead and let quarantine questions be. What does it mean?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
I'm not going to get tired of that. I might get tired of it. Anyway, let's spend a little time figuring out what does it mean. Now, I'm going to give you a word. Now, if you know what that word means, go ahead and shout it out, write it out, and then I'll tell it out. But if you don't, go ahead and write something. I've told you about the game Balderdash, and some of you know what that is. So if you want to have a little Balderdash fun, whatever the word sounds like, if you don't know the real meaning, go ahead and give it one, and I will read your definition. Now, some of these words I may have to have a little help with pronunciation. I've got some crazy ones today. I'm just telling you. I wanted to end on a good high note, so I got some crazy ones. So the first one is, and we'll have to have a little help with this, make sure I get it right, because some of these words, the way they're spelled and said, I do not want to mess up. Wouldn't be good. So our first word today is, you ready?
Widdershins.
Widdershins. Widdershins. Do you understand why I needed just a little bit of guidance on that? Widdershins. I got a light in my face, but I can see Brooklyn grinning from ear to ear over there.
I'm just confused.
What are you confused about?
What the heck that means?
Well, we don't know. Widdershins. You don't want to mix that up. Widdershins. Do you have any idea of what does it mean? Widdershins. All right, I'm going to wait just a couple more seconds. I know there's a delay. Angie says someone that whittles. All right. I guess I should have spelled that out. It's Widdershins. Widdershins. TJ says it is a... Gary Smith said I can't even. TJ says it's a Wisconsin brand of water waders. Say that. Water waders for fishermen. Casey says it's super toned shin muscles. Becky says it's good looking chins. And who has that? Good looking chins. Are you ready? Are you ready to know what widdershins mean? This is another way to say something is moving counterclockwise or something is moving in the wrong direction. It is much more fun. It's a much more fun way to say counterclockwise, and it is most likely something you heard one of your grandparents or great-grandparents say. Many people do still use it in many poems and newly published books. Widder shins. Christy, you cheated. She said, I Googled it. I couldn't. I'm going to tell you, when you hear these, I know that's what you want to do. You're just like, I cannot wait on this. All right, here we go. Now, Bishop McCool, I don't know if he's still on here or not, but he's like the king of balderdash. So I'm interested in some of his definitions. All right, let's keep going. The next word is
collywobbles.
Collywobbles. Brooke, are you not producing today?
I'm producing.
Oh, you ain't worth a dime over there. You ain't helping, taking a nap.
Exhausted.
Oh, yeah, doing nothing to wear you out.
I'm not taking. Hey, that's not true. Man, you just hate on me.
Collywobbles. Collywobbles. No, you didn't post it. That's all right. Did you fact check me? Collywobbles. Casey says it's a stomach ache. Becky says it's a collie that wobbles. Becky says, I will know none of these. Well, truthfully, Casey is correct. We're going to find out how she knows this. But collywobbles, looky there. It's in the movie Brave. This refers to a weird feeling in your stomach or an overall bellyache. Intense anxiety or nervousness, especially with stomach queasiness. Can y'all tell that Casey and Carrie are sisters? Carrie says, of course it's in a Disney movie, Casey. That's collywobbles. Doesn't that help you now to describe that stomach ache or that nervousness in your gut that you get? Oh, I must have collywobbles. Would that be correct?
Sounds like a fish's name.
Casey, I don't know how it was used in the movie.
I bet you it was when her brothers turned to bears because they ate that like upside down pineapple cake or whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Christy says, I don't know, but I'm going to use that word from now on. Carrie says, because she can quote any Disney movie line. Yeah, we've learned that. All right. Does anyone know what a bumbershoot is? A bumbershoot. Believe it or not, you probably own a bumbershoot. An attack of the collywobbles. That's right. It's an attack. I get the collywobbles every time I preach or teach or sing. It's one of her spiritual gifts. There you go. A Disney gifting. God's given her a Disney gifting. Looky here at TJ Pruitt coming in and wanting to rub it in everyone's face by putting it in caps. Umbrella. That is correct. A bumbershoot is an umbrella. How did you know that, Mr. Pruitt? Yeah, you've typed it 3 times. You know it. I get it. How do you know it? Casey says, yes, Brooklyn. It was right after the Queen ate the potion cake.
Ha!
TJ says, the penguin, an umbrella, I have to know. So several of you all, those words are not Jersey words. What does that mean? Forget about it. That's interesting. Several of you all knew what a bumbershoot was. Awesome. I'm impressed. All right, here we go. Pandiculation. 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 I think we had more on bumbershoot than we've ever had before. That's what it means. Pandiculation. What is that? Brooklyn, you have any idea?
No idea.
Pandiculation? You're going to want to know. Becky says, my Mimi used to say it. Look at there. Yeah, some of these words are, I read it earlier. Your grandparents or your great-grandparents, you heard them say that. Do what?
I said boomers.
Boomers. Beyond boomers. Pandiculation. All right. You're not going to know what that means. So by now, if you did know, it's like the umbrella. It came in there really, really quick. So pandiculation this is what happens when you wake up in the morning and stretch. A love for pans, Bishop says. Phasing out of a pandemic, Casey says. This is what happens when you wake up in the morning and stretch. As you stretch, your muscles might go rigid for a short time.
I have that every time.
I'm helping you, Arna. I'm helping you start waking up inspired, which can now you can, which can sometimes be uncomfortable. It also describes that wonderful or terrible combination of being extremely sleepy, stretching, and yawning at the same time. Now, Kim put in stretching. So, Kim, does that mean you knew what that word was? That's pretty impressive. If you did, she's got stretching in here. That's good. That is pandiculation. So, now, Brooklyn, you can describe. Have y'all noticed nobody came on with me today? Didn't I say I was going to have somebody with me every single day?
They've seen my face a lot.
My family has.
I'll pull up a chair.
They've left me today. They've left me today.
I'll pull up a chair.
Well, you'd have to pandiculate and get.
And show my face.
Kim says, yes, from yoga. Come on now. See there?
From yoga.
From yoga. All right, let's keep going. Here's one. I don't see Chelsea Rushing on here. She needs to be on here for this one. I think she would enjoy this one. We grew up singing the Bible. Well, have you ever heard of the Bible? This is a word called Bibble. The Bible. Do you know what?
Is it popcorn? Is it like a popcorn?
Nope.
Dang it. Is it like food though?
No, it's not like food. Bibble. Hey, Melinda, she says, I'm with you, Pastor. Good to see you on here. You must be on lunch break. I'm glad you're here. I'll try to hurry and get through these words. Bibble.
Are you sure it's not food?
I'm sure it's not. It has to do with food, but it's not the food. But it is connected to food. Bibble. The B-I-B-B-L-E. All right. Here's what Bibble is. One of my kids, Bibbles, drives me insane. Do you know what it means? Because that.
Is your kid's name Bibble?
You know those people in your favorite restaurant who drink and or eat noisily? What they are doing is referred to as Bibble. So being loud when you are eating, crunching. Christy, you can't get off Google today. That's if noisy eaters, drinkers, anyone that would do. That's Bibble.
Well, see y'all later.
That is Bibble.
Well, on the show, they were eating something called Bibble.
Eats loud. I hate it. Yes, I hate it too. Bibble. Stop bibbling over there. We're going to use that.
I think it's called.
Do you eats loudly? It's in a Shakespeare
nibble.
quote. Leave thine vain bibble babble. Look at you, Casey.
Dad, I think it's pronounced nibbling.
Melinda, good one. Oh, those people, says Carrie Beth. That's a Bishop says eating pork rinds. Oh, I like pork rinds, but I don't like the noise of the people eating it around me. Lord have mercy. It is just a downright sin. All right. Do you know what a Donnybrook is? A Donnybrook. Brooke?
I knew you were going to say something.
Brooke, do you know what a Donnybrook is? Do you have... I'm one too, Kim, I can promise you. Do you know what a Donnybrook is? God help it if it's in a Disney movie or in a old poem. Casey will get it if it is. A Donnybrook. I'll give you just a few seconds here. A Donnybrook. What is a Donnybrook? A Donnybrook. Here we go. Sister Violet is with us. Sister Violet, we're playing What Does It Mean? I'm giving words, crazy words, and you got to figure out what it means. In a creek. All right, Melinda. Melinda's got it. I'm curious of how she got it. A Donnybrook is a scene of uproar and disorder. A heated argument. So Melinda's got it. Carabeth says just chewing gum. Yeah, any mouth noise is like that. And popping gum? Oh, sweet Lord. You ever be around somebody that likes to just pop that gum? They just think there's nothing cool about it. There's nothing talented about it. They look at you like, oh, boy, it's really good. I can do it. No, it's stupid. Stop. It's bibble. It's stupid.
It's stupid.
End it.
Stop.
It's stupid bibble. No, I don't like you much doing that. It is an uproar and disorder. It is a heated argument. Come on, Melinda. How did you know that? You're going to have to tell us. All right. I'm going to keep going before we have a Donnybrook. Do you know what a ragamuffin is? Brooke, do you know what a ragamuffin is?
It sounds like a muffin.
It sounds like a muffin. Boy, that took a lot of thought in it. My manager used it, and I had to look it up. I had to look up debacle, too. Your manager used Donnybrook. Oh, my gosh. Would you say that you get into a Donnybrook with someone who bibbles? Lance, I would say that. I would say you are correct. Actually, when that happens, it gives me the collywobbles. And I want to take a bumbershoot and hit them over the head with it. A ragamuffin. Someone in shabby clothes. It's a band. I heard that before. You look like a ragamuffin. Yeah. Some of y'all know what that means. It means it's a person, typically a child, in ragged, dirty clothes. I go into a Donnybrook over my sister's bibbling. Then we both came down with a case of the collywobbles. That's right. Typically a child in ragged or dirty clothes. All right, I got a couple more, and then we're out of here. I'm going to have this one be said because a closed children's clothing boutique in Cool Springs. Really? How interesting. My dad has told me boys that had told my boys that before. Looky there. You look like a ragamuffin. It's also a breed of cat. I didn't see that. All right. Here we go. Here's the word. Listen carefully. I'm going to let it say it for us so I don't mess it up, but you need to understand this. Brittany says a ragamuffin is tight, raggedy clothes that cause a muffin top. All right. Listen carefully. Here's one of the last words. Here we go.
A bibliophobia.
A bibliophobia. A bibliophobia. Got it? Man. A Liberty Bibberty. A bibliophobia. Yes, it's a phobia of it's a phobia of Liberty Bibberty. A bibliophobia. A-B-I-B-L-I-O-P-H-O-B-I-A. A bibliophobia. You know what that means? I could not believe when I read what this means. A bibliophobia. Fear of libraries. No, but I'll be honest with you, TJ. You're all right. You guys are getting close enough. Melinda, you're funny. Okay, it is. Now listen to this. A bibliophobia is the fear of running out of reading material. A bibliophobia is the fear of running out of reading material. Lance says fear of never having books. You're close. The fear of running out of reading material. Would you say that Belle on Beauty and the Beast had that fear when she went into the library in the beginning and needed another book? The fear of, she had a bibliophobia. The fear of running out. Do any of you have that? All right, here we go. Brittany says, Jason. Yeah, Lance, you were very close. Really, right on. How did you know that? Were you just guessing that? Oh, there was a Twilight episode similar to this. I see. All right. How about, I hate to even say this, but it's one of those crazy words, and we got to know, what does it mean? A fartlek.
Oh God, I don't want to know what the comments are going to look like.
Do you know what a fartlek is? F-A-R-T-L-E-K. A fartlek. Who comes up? I would like to know that too, Carrie. I would love to know that. A fartlek. What is... I see the laughing faces going crazy now. Who could define a fartlek? I tried to say... Khaki just put down Levi. Oh, God, have mercy. We just need to end on this one. I had one more, but oh, my God. Fartlek. Khaki, you're funny. Oh, my goodness. Khaki has stolen my show. It's the Khaki takeover today. Fartlek. All right, Lance, are you wildly... Here we go. Names. Here goes the names. Casey says, I know, Casey. And I put another word in here. It was like, I don't know that I'm going to even say this. I don't know. Lance says, I remember it from high school, track and field. Well, sir, you are exactly right, because a fartlek is an athletic training regime. A fartlek. Now, Brooklyn, that doesn't mean I want you to be saying that as much as you run. I'm going out to do a fartlek.
Oh,
Hey, what you doing? I'm getting dressed to go do a fartlek. Oh, Lord. Yes, it is an athletic training regime. That's what a fartlek is? Becky, you are correct as well. Do you know what a snollygoster is? We're going to close with this one. A snollygoster. There are people that you need to know what this word is. This is going to help you. Brooklyn, do you have any idea? You're not with it today, are you, over there?
I can multitask.
Yeah, I'm sure it was, Christy. I'm sure the definition in your head was a lot funnier. Rob is here, long distance. A long distance fartlek. Yeah, I'm sure we can go with that one.
I'm about to sprint a fartlek.
Yeah, Brooklyn said she's about to sprint a fartlek.
Fartlek as fast as I can.
A snollygoster. What is a snollygoster? A snollygoster. What is it? Brooke, you want to take a shot at it?
I don't know.
A snollygoster. Angie says it's a roller coaster. Rob says I've got the Holy Ghoster.
No.
All right. It's a rhyming game all of a sudden. The snollygoster. James says, is that like a snorflat? Janie keeps saying yuck. A snollygoster. What is a snollygoster? What does it mean? What is a snollygoster? A snollygoster. This is what you need to know because you have snollygoasters in your life. All right?
Is it like toxic people?
You have snollygoasters in your life. So what is that? A snollygoaster is a person who cannot be trusted.
Ha! I was right.
Well, you said toxic.
Well, that is a toxic person.
Whatever.
You don't trust a toxic
That's
person.
true. That's true. You can make an argument. A snollygoaster is a person who cannot be trusted. Awesome. I've had some snollygoasters in my life. People that just cannot be trusted. And I want them to go on a fartlek. They give me the collywobbles. And I want to hit them with a bumbershoot. Oh, my goodness. Hey, don't forget, Livingston Ministries, Inc. is where you still go buy your Living Inspired merch. It's still 25% off. So, Casey says, is it like a dingle hopper? Could be. Could be. Anyway, LivingstonMinistriesInc.com. Get your merchandise, your coffee mugs, your stickers. Let's start living inspired. Wear that stuff. You guys have been buying it. As long as you're buying it, look, let's just keep the sale going, all right? It's not about making money. It's about sharing the thought of people being inspired. You know what? They're going to start saying something like this.
It feels so good right now.
Oh, yeah. Feels so good right now. Hey, guys, I love you. Remember prayer requests. Remember those that we're praying for our country. Praying against current events that are going on right now. Let's come together. One God, one race. Done is in the middle of that hashtag. We got to be done. All right? We've got to be done. I love every one of you, and I thank you for tuning in today. Tomorrow is our last day of quarantine questions, so don't forget it. I'll see you in 23